tried to fall for the touch, but I'm thinking of the way it was.
50K to cousins, post a caption, pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
I need to sign you. I need it today. I need it today. I need it today. I need it today.
The first time I went to a club down here in the South, I walked in and they were playing this music by someone who I could only assume was a very, very aggressive lesbian, right? And everyone in the club was singing along. I'm like, damn, okay. Go Pride Month in here. I later found out they were playing Boosie in the club. I'm gonna be trying this today. Hope it tastes good.
50K to cousins, post a caption, pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
What you mean to tell me is that they got plus-sized black women in this game? Best game of the year!
And I'm coming back home to you. And I'm coming back home to you. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home to you.
And let me fucking find out y'all out here using fucking mayonnaise slices on y'all sandwich. I'm a fucking... What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? Mayo slices. We already got fucking sliced baked beans, yo. We got fucking sliced baked beans. And now they have... Dukes! I'm gonna crash the fuck out on y'all. I'm gonna crash... Do you hear me? I'm gonna crash the fuck out. Finally. If you give me a fucking sandwich with a damn mayonnaise slice on it.
There's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I defying gravity. Just you and I defying gravity. You'll never bring us down.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and yes, I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two it together, cause they don't know how.
Slip. I never fall. A lot of hoes get me they numbers, but I never call.
Mom, leave me alone. I wanna be famous. I wanna be famous. My therapist said I got ADHD.
Maybe the reason queerphobia is prevalent in Black and African communities isn't because queerness is un-African or we're naturally more homophobic, but rather because colonizers criminalized queerness, erased our ancestral understanding of gender and sexuality, and handed us imported religions and laws that taught us to fear, shame, and punish our own people. And yet we continue it, not because it's our truth, but because we've mistaken survival tactics for tradition. Because to some, unlearning queerphobia feels like letting go of control, of patriarchy, of the illusion that queerness makes us weaker, lesser than, or less worthy of dignity. Who said that?
I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. that. I know you belong.
Body team. Bad bitch. Fattest ass donor man.
You are checking every fucking box, you sexy queen.
Jewelry chain was magic, never had it in public. Late reaction, 50K to cousins, post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
If we're being honest, the real reason why we haven't been able to seek and receive the type of liberation and justice we so rightfully deserve is because too many of you can only see liberation and justice through the lens of whiteness, and you are more concerned with being in proximity to that whiteness than you are in dismantling the systems and institutions that are keeping your communities in poverty and in an incarcerated state. Oh my God, who said that? Who said that?
In my opinion, don't shoot me. Kissing is better than fucking. I'm gonna leave it at that. Have a good day, everybody.
Screaming Black Lives Matter and claiming that you're an ally to the black community, but your non-black boyfriend is going around saying the N-word more than we do. Spooky.
Good afternoon. Here's a list of things that I want to hear a man's opinion about. All right, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Look at me, brown MBs. Happy Pride Month.
Be who you are.
Used to be roaches in the cereal.
And
when we stayed in them apartments,
It's so hot today. I need my girl to go back to sleep, bro. Like, every time she's awake, the sun rises and it just gets hotter and hotter from how fucking beautiful she is. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating bullets. Please, somebody tell her to go back to sleep, please.
My name is Dr. Charity Oyedeji. I'm a hematologist and researcher focused on improving care for people with sickle cell disease. I received a notice on June 16, 2025 that my K Award, a 5-year, $750,000 federal NIH grant to improve care for people with sickle cell disease as they age, was suddenly and unjustly terminated despite strong scientific evidence and early proven results. The termination notice stated that research with equity objectives does nothing to expand our knowledge of living systems and are quote-unquote low return on investment and don't enhance health, and also are harmful to Americans. These statements are inaccurate and disrespectful for so many reasons. Sickle cell disease is a painful, life-limiting genetic disorder that can be inherited by people of all racial and ethnic backgrounds around the world. Sickle cell disease primarily affects Black people in the United States. My research was focused on developing the first and only functional assessment and the first and only exercise program tailored to the unique needs of older adults with sickle cell disease called SickleFit. SickleFit is a low-cost, high-impact intervention that can reduce healthcare costs, can improve quality of life for this underserved population. Ending this project not only silences promising solutions for a neglected group of patients, but also sends a devastating message to future researchers that even life-changing, evidence-based science can be discarded without cause. My question is, what can be done to overcome these grant terminations, and how do researchers doing impactful work for underserved populations find a way forward? Thank you.
50K to cousins, post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
The other day, somebody asked me if I was non-binary, and I'm not. But that means they think I'm pretty.
Oh, what? That person's gay? No, he's too attracted to be gay. She's too attracted to be gay. Most of the time, that person that you see that is time and space bendingly gorgeous is queer. Okay? You don't think the gays got face cards? Because they do. Go inside any gay or lesbian bar, you're gonna see tins around the. You're gonna snap your neck looking around. You're too attractive to be gay it's a hilarious statement to me, because I be seeing straight people walking around. I'm like, you're too gorgeous to not be gay. How about that? Queer people have some of the most insane face cards that I have ever seen in my life, and you can't even get mad at me because that is my observance. That's what I have observed my 24 years of life on this earth. In honor of Pride Month, I have to tell the truth. I have to. You're welcome. I think it is hilarious whenever I hear people say, "Oh my God, she's too attracted to be gay. He's too attracted to be gay." You gorgeous people, when you see someone who is drop dead gorgeous, 97% of the time, my opinion, they fall somewhere on that spectrum. They got a little sugar in the tank, okay? That's just my opinion. You can't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Also, the gays don't deserve attractive options? Like, what do you mean they're too attracted to be gay? Okay, the other side get to have them, okay? That's just what I've seen, and that's just my opinion, and usually my opinion is right. I completely understand where the frustration comes from, especially on the woman's side, because in the straight male community, face cards, we're lacking in inventory. Very, very lacking. So I understand. I get it. I know the frustration when you see a man, he's gorgeous, drop dead, and then you find out he's gay. I understand. You don't get rid of your internalized homophobia and go find you a bi man or a pansexual man and suck it up, sis. It's the closest you're gonna get.
That Cuomo nigga said we couldn't be outside last year. Where we at? Outside!
What is your message to Cuomo right now?
Rot in hell, you son of a bitch!
If she say no, you gotta go! We're replacing Cuomo with Bobby Shmurda!
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
All of your relationships are failing because none of you are queer. You still think that being queer is equivalent to being gay, but in reality, a lot of gay people aren't queer. Their relationships are also suffering because of it. Because being queer is nothing but being your own person, being your own character outside of societal norms and expectations, and that's why a lot of your relationships are failing, because you get into relationships wanting nothing but a role and a service and an expectation, not a person. A lot of you will never be happy in a relationship because your definition of femininity is being an adult brat. And your definition of masculinity is them being emotionally stunted and punching holes in walls because they don't know what to say. And once again, this also applies to gay people, lesbian, homosexuals. I'm looking at you. And it's okay to have a preference, because I know a lot of you are just going to interpret this as me telling you what to do, but in reality, you looking for a partner who's either pink or blue is just making up for your lack of personality. I'm unable to do this, I'm unable to perform this, and a lot of you might think that's healthy, but in reality, it really isn't. And a lot of you remain so obtuse about it that a lot of people became apathetic towards your plight. The loneliness epidemic is not a real thing, but to a lot of men, it actually is. But the thing is, I hope y'all think it's real, because I wanted to claim your souls. Any man out here who's openly queerphobic, I hope you know that absolutely no one cares about you. I know you already know this, I just want to remind you. But I know this is going to make some of y'all happy, because it's going to give you the validation to be a jackass. Also includes trans men who are queerphobic, because a lot of you just wanted the power structure. And I don't even need to say anything to the queerphobic women, because most likely you're going to end up a single parent, and most likely that domestic abuse rate's going to catch you anyway. A lot of y'all out here giving relationship advice when you are not capable of being in a healthy relationship. Because unbeknownst to you, the model that a lot of you are following is flawed. And most of us wouldn't care because you're making yourselves miserable, but the fact that a lot of us have to be dragged in there because of your shenanigans. Every time there's something wrong with somebody, y'all gonna make it their sexuality. When in reality, you're just stupid. Y'all hear that?
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue.
I have an idea, and just hear me out real quick. I feel like we can put an end to ChatGPT and AI if we start calling that shit demonic. And I'm so serious. And I don't mean it in the funny hee ha ha ironic TikTok way. I mean it in the Facebook mom type way, in the religious psychosis type way. Start calling that shit demonic. Like formulating sentences and pure thought for you outside of the human mind in which God created us to have governance over ourselves, demonic. Demonic. Call it demonic every single chance you get. Start getting the movement going, the ball rolling on Facebook. I promise you we will save the environment within a year.
And don't start calling it demonic in the funny, like, smart-ass type way. I need it to be, like, reverse propaganda type shit. Like, the way they keep trying to push AI on everybody, we need to reverse the propaganda and call that shit demonic. It's evil. It should not exist. Memphis motherfuckers cannot breathe. That shit uses so much water and emits so much CO2 into the fucking air that motherfuckers can't breathe in areas where they have them big old AI computers. Start calling that shit demonic. We will get that shit done immediately.
You're so nice. You're not good, you're not bad, you're just nice. I'm not good, I'm not nice, I'm just right. I'm the witch, you're the...
Outside with some pretty bitches that don't know how to act. We be acting bad off liquor, all we do is throw it back. Shaking ass on top of cars, no I'ma fuck around and catch. All I hang around is baddies, you know we the biggest brat. Yeah, I'm outside with some pretty bitches that don't know how to act. Pop it, acting bad off liquor, pop it.
When I'm in a bad mood, I don't really want a man talking to me at all. But on the off chance that a man is talking to me and he starts talking about, like, did I do something wrong? Is it me? Is it me? I start shaking. Everything is not about you, bitch.
Let's take a moment of silence for how fucking sexy you are.
Silence!
And don't you ever forget how fine you are, queen.
Paul, what's your type? Black! 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 All black, everything! Black!
I raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument.
She tells my story.
I speak out against slavery. You could have done so much more if you only had time.
The children are not nay-naying. Open the schools. They stop nay-naying. I just saw somebody hit this, and in the comments they called it the knee push down. Bro, that is the wind-up for the... You better bring that motherfucker... What? Like... Huh? Learn your motherfucking rudiments, nigga. Like, huh? Yeah, bitch. Ain't no motherfucking knee push down, bitch. That's a nay-nay. Huh? Fuck is they talking about?
You don't like talking about politics because you know exactly how evil your views are and you're embarrassed. I actually love talking about how all school children deserve free lunches. All human beings deserve equal rights. One of the most jarring parts about getting older is realizing that most of politics isn't actually about policies. Like, multiple blind surveys have shown most people agree on about 80% of policies, right? It's really just one side holding the other side morally hostage. Like, I don't like trans people, and until they're eliminated, none of us are going to get health care. What? What? Oh my God. Like, being an adult is realizing that a lot of people in certain demographics will vote aggressively against their own best interests as long as they feel like other certain minority groups aren't also going to get the benefits. Like literally, like the main reason that insulin companies have been able to continuously spike prices over 100% the last decade is because pharmaceutical companies realize that all you have to do is campaign on the backbone of like, well, if we make things cheaper for you, it's going to be cheaper for everyone, including them. Hey, man, this is the funny world we live in.
The day that I met you, I started drowning. In the club, hopping with my niggas.